friends. Today I wanted to talk about healing crisis. I'm back after quite a long gap, but now I intend to be very regular and I'll be coming every day with a topic. There are many questions that you all have asked me over the time, and I will take out time to communicate my learning about it. So, healing crisis is a very important topic, and it is something that most patients get very scared about. On your journey, on your path towards becoming well, there are many steps that you have to follow. For example, if you go on a plant based diet and then you start eating just only the plant based diet, initially your body now has less load to handle, less of the toxins, less of the burden that's coming. So certain amount of energy is saved and now that is used for cleaning up your own body. So what happens is pretty much like how we do spring cleaning. You want to now clean, the deeper aspects, the deeper organs, or some areas that were never cleaned before. The cleansing starts. So patients come and tell me that I got loose motions when I went on a plant-based diet, or sometimes I give them flower remedies as a part of a detox program. So when I do that, they initially have a reaction of detox. Your body is now, throwing the toxins off. And while these toxins are getting released, healing crises happen. So some of them will tell me that I got a very bad headache, I have severe body ache. I can't get up from bed. I have no energy. They come and quickly ask me, how does this happen on natural remedy? I am feeling worse than I ever was. This is what they tell me. So it's not exactly feeling worse, it is actually a healing crisis where your body is temporarily going through a phase where a lot of cleaning will happen. Just the way as we clean our home, initially, we remove everything from, say, a cupboard or a certain, areas of our home, and everything looks like a little mess, and we are dusting and we are thoroughly cleaning, and there's a lot of garbage that's getting accumulated and we're isolating. The similar process happens in body. Our own body has this inner doctor which has tremendous amount of intelligence to self organize, self heal, and self rejuvenate. So in this process, healing crisis happens very naturally. So headache, vomiting, diarrhea for a few days. There is a sweating. There is a smell in that your perspiration, which is also a sign. Some of them are just sleeping 1, 2, 3 days. They're just sleeping. They have no energy to get up and do anything. And sometimes also there is irritability. This is also emotional release. So temporary you feel very agitated. This is also part of the toxins getting released at the emotional level. Sometimes there is suppressed anger or fearfulness or agitation, irritability. So all this happens, and this detox needs time. It needs time. You need to rest. You need to go through it. Don't try and run away. Don't try to cover up with some medications, or don't go back to the old lifestyle, or do really stay put. Become very strong, focused, clear that you want to go through it. So expect healing crisis. I've also seen when the fever is suppressed earlier due to some medication, which is casually taken, like self medication, this suppressed fever also come up as a part of cleansing reaction. And so the fever may stay for 1 or 2 days. I usually like to sustain this fever because at higher temperature body is going to raise the body's metabolism and then clean up some of the toxins. There'll be perspiration, and now you're back to normal. So look forward for such signs. If my patients come and tell me that I got fever, I always say, oh, it's a very good sign, let it happen. So 1 or 2 days, sometimes there are discharges which are suppressed, like cold and cough and mucus, and you've taken antibiotics, and with the antibiotics you have actually killed even healthy bacteria. Here, the any discharge from your body is body's attempt to clean up, to release, so you must let this happen. So those who have chronic sinusitis, usually I tell them, next 1 or 2 weeks you are going to get excessive mucus discharge from your nose. Let this happen. Let it happen. Sometimes they get multicolored discharges, sometimes yellow, green, all this old mucus that is hiding in your sinuses, which has been there for sometimes years. All of this is going to get released, and you must let this happen. This is cleansing reaction. This is what we call it as healing crisis. But each time these discharges are happening, you feel lighter, you feel more clean. Similar can happen also those who have, women who have white discharge. Similar thing, the discharge can increase temporarily, and after some time, you get better. Sometimes during the part of the healing crisis, you have your skin conditions, which are aggravated, which increase temporarily, because often people, like suppress it with some allopathic local application, steroids, and some chemical, ointments that they apply, or for on fungal infection, on such things. So this is where, your skin is the largest breathing organ of your body, and you are actually suppressing something that skin was trying to throw out. So that is also, have to be allowed. So these are all part of the healing crisis. These are very uncomfortable times, but it happens for a very short time, and you should let it happen. There are certain flower remedy formula that helps you go through this healing crisis in a more comfortable way. The best is to do some fasting. If fasting is too hard, then go on juices. Vegetable juices, which are alkaline, are very, very helpful at such time. If that happens, you can just have cucumber juice, or you can have, the white pumpkin, we call it as peta, that juice. You can have banana stem juice. So, or you can have durva grass, that juice, a very small quantity. You can have tomato juice. So you can have these juices in rotations which are alkaline, and that will also support you. Fasting just on water, then juice feasting, vegetable, and also fruits. Raw only diet for 1 or 2 days, settles down your system. And then gradually you can start with the soups and salads. If you can digest, you can make green smoothies, and then take your own time till all the healing crisis gets over, and then you get back to the normal diet. That also very gradually. But remember, the lifestyle that we lived earlier, we cannot go back to it, because that very lifestyle has created this condition or disease condition that we have now. So we do not want to go back, but go back and always maintain a much healthier lifestyle, so that such things do not accumulate in our body. That is very important, because if you accumulate, you will have to clean it up later. But if we have a very fine system where we do not accumulate, and we do daily detox, then at the say once in a while you want to do a little longer fast and take some natural remedies, or do a detox program, which I do a 21-day detox program that I usually recommend, which you do once in a year, where you clean up every organ of your body through help of some natural remedies and some dietary guidelines. These also work in a holistic way, where you are going to clean mind, emotions, and body all together. Not just the body cleaning, it is also the mind, emotions that are part of your health. So all the negative emotions also get released, and finally you succumb to a very peaceful, positive state. The healing always happens from the higher level to the lower level. Always remember, we should heal our mind and emotions as the priority. And then, of course, the body healing will happen. This is called as holistic healing. So, friends, do not be afraid of healing crises. Healing crises are actually beneficial. You look for it in case if you have And sometimes I've seen during fasting, when you have taken nothing, just water for 1 2 or 3 days, and these patients have come and told me that they get very dark color stools. From where all this happens is, again, it's the part of the cleansing process. So that dark color stools are all the toxins that were hiding in various parts of your body, finally coming out and getting, discharged from your large intestine. And this cleaning can go on and on, if you continue till, everything is over. So you should allow it to happen, and then finally you will feel a complete lightness in your mind, in your emotions, and in your body. And you, as soon as you add even little bit of junk food, even for a day, you will feel next day physically, and the third day you can also feel emotionally agitated whenever you eat anything that's not in alignment with the rules of your own body or the rules of nature. So well, that's the way to learn, what suits you, what doesn't suit you. So be careful, be aware. Only in a very clean body, when you put something that's not in alignment, you will able to see the difference, that where the mistakes have happened. And gradually you make your notes, learn what is beneficial, what is not beneficial, and the journey begins. These are hard times, but the results are always there. And if you remain patient, remain very, strong, that you want to go through it, then you will succeed. Sometimes there is excessive hunger also, there's false hunger, you're craving for all those junk foods that you were always, eating earlier. All these foods, start calling you, and that's also a problem. And that is also the time, uh, you have to practice a lot of discipline, observant, observe all these cravings in your own mind, how, this happens, and then gradually, overcome one step at a time. Write your diary. I understand that it's very challenging times for some of the patients, but I always look for and I assist them through the help of dietary changes, rest, a lot of sleep, fresh air, a little bit of gentle exercises, pranayama, and some natural flower remedies. And also, if someone is interested, I also have a 21-day detox program, which is to be done for full 21 days. There are also shorter term detox ideas that I have that also can be used. So that's all, friends. I wanted to talk about this healing crisis. And if you have any questions, any topics that you want me to speak, I will be speaking almost every day at 1 o'clock from Monday to Friday. And I will include the topics that you all have asked me for. So thank you very much for listening to me today.